What's up, everybody? Godzilla back again, and this is the start of the new thing I'm gonna do on my channel. I'm gonna review all the WWE shows from now on. We're gonna start with the June 3rd, 2025 Raw, and if you saw my community post, I am not gonna be like everybody else that just praises everything WWE has done recently because it's under Triple H. I'm gonna be I'm gonna hit you with the code of honesty, and we're gonna see if we can help this product get better. But before we get into the show, I just had to take a few moments to address R-Truth. He was released from the WWE. He was there 25 years, bang on, something like that, give or take. He was off for a few years, but R-Truth is, yes, he's funny, and when Monday Night Raws or SmackDowns are so bad, so it puts you in a coma. You get some glimpse of something cool when R-Truth is there. But R-Truth, I feel, is untapped potential, because if he was a serious character, like his 2011 character before he went to the comedy angle, it was good. R-Truth is good. But unfortunately, the company doesn't see it. Um and speaking of R-Truth, people were throughout the show was chanting, "We want truth." This is very reminiscent. It was about almost 4 years ago when they released Bray Wyatt, which is like, to this day, how do you release a Bray Wyatt, even though he, of course, much love to B-Dub upstairs, one of my favorites of all time. It was very reminiscent of that, but the outrage was so bad that even people in the company, employees, were like, "How could you do this?" When you got your own employees talking about how this is bad, because R-Truth was just in a big angle with John Cena. Granted, it was rushed. It didn't have time to properly build, and one, because Cena's barely there because he's only got these certain amount of dates, and two, it was rushed for 2 weeks at Saturday night's main event. It sucks, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate how that all went out. Now, let's get into the Monday Night Raw review. And I'm going to hit y'all with the cold, honest truth. Like I said in the community post, this is not going to be your stereotypical review, because I'm going to hit you with the cold, honesty. Honesty. So we're going to get in. So you're not going to believe how we started the show. Well, you should, because it's Triple H production. We have people arriving to work. Wow. This has got me so hyped up, man. We see the same shit week after week. The shows start out the same. It's redundant. It's like watching a rerun of a show. You're going to want to watch a newer episode eventually. But for the first segment of the night, we get CM Punk out first. He comes out, he talks about Money in the Bank and how he's won it twice. And I'm pretty sure he's the only guy to win it twice in a row. It was like 2009 and 2010, I think. I might have gotten that wrong, but he won it back to back. And he's hoping to do it again. He talks about if he's going to go after Jey Uso or John Cena. Now, this is a side note. This isn't in my notes, but this has to be said. Why are we just doing this dumb tag match at Money in the Bank with Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and John Cena? Like, well, why are we doing that? It's a waste of fucking time. It's just filler till we get to SummerSlam to see Cody and Cena again. It's just filler. Why couldn't you have done Punk versus Cena? The story is sitting in your lap. But, you know, WWE always wants to take the lazy route nowadays. They don't want to put effort or creativity into Jack Diggle Dick anymore. And it's sad. It's pathetic. I just can't comprehend. But yeah, we're doing this tag match route. Like, Cody went away after losing the Undisputed Universal Championship at WrestleMania, right? He goes away for a little over a month, we'll say, right? He comes back, saves Jey Uso from losing his world title to Logan Paul at Saturday night's main event. Jey Uso is a whole nother thing. We're going to get into him later on. But yeah. But this was a good promo for Punk. When CM Punk shows up and he cuts a promo, I am invested because he is the only thing other than a Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes right now that is actually giving life to this product. Other than John Cena obviously being John Cena, but John Cena's not there all of the fucking time. So if we're talking full-time guys, CM Punk is the only guy. Roman's part-time as hell too. He's more part-time than Cena. Well, in terms of this year, but that's besides the point. Punk is the only one that gives a pulse to these shows. And he's been used very weirdly the last couple weeks. He just shows up at the very end to attack Rollins. Is that how we're really going to use Punk? Thankfully, he's actually starting and ending the show. So after Punk has his monologue about how he's going to get the Money in the Bank, Samuel Zayn comes out to the ring. He talks about how they show mutual respect, obviously. He tells Punk that he must win tonight, or else we're all screwed. We're all screwed, right? Because if Rollins has a freeway... First of all, none of this even matters. Because here, let me explain something to you. We're gonna seriously use Punk at Money in the Bank the same way we did last year. Watch. Because and it sucks that we're using Punk this way. I have no idea what we're gonna do with SummerSlam, because I hope to God Roman Reigns shows up on Saturday. That is a necessity. He needs to show up. But the thing is, like, the same way he was used last year was to screw Drew McIntyre out of winning the world title. He is going to do the same thing to Seth. But are they going to do it exactly the same way where Seth wins? Like last year, they had Drew win. My boy Drew. He's going to be gone for a while. Another guy that I thought put a pulse to these shows because of his character. He is gone for a while now. Great. But that's besides the point. Drew won the Money in the Bank last year, cashed in the World Heavyweight Championship match with Damian Priest and Seth Rollins. Punk interferes, screws Drew McIntyre. Are we really going to do that again, but this time switch Drew out with Seth, have Seth win the Money in the Bank briefcase again? Look. This is probably going to be a hot take, y'all. And I don't care. It's a year too late. LA Knight needs to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. There's no other way to go about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is his time. You gave him 2 mediocre mid-card title runs. Now it's his time. It's his time. It's his time. I don't see how it could go any other way. Because what are you gonna have? Seth win, and oh my God, he's gonna be world champion again. That worked out so well when you did it. It's gonna be going on 2 years ago now. He was world champion last year, the beginning of it, and it was average. It was below average. Seth, I respect Seth. He's one of the best wrestlers ever. But I'm telling you guys, he's never been as good as he was when he cashed in that Money in the Bank briefcase 10 years ago to win the WWE Championship. He has never gotten to that again. He has never. And with Seth doing his new faction thing, but we'll get into that faction later because it's going to come up. But anyways, Sammy talks about how he has to win. And should Punk win everything, win the briefcase, and win the title, he's going to be not that far behind him. And they give mutual respect because this is the mutual respect era. I don't even know what era this is. Is it the mutual respect era? Is it the I don't know what's going on era? Like this it's really weird. Next up, we have the last Money in the Bank qualifying match for the ladies. We have Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer, and Ivy Nile. Stephanie Vaquer obviously wins this match. I don't see how this could go either way. I love Liv. She's improving every week. She's one of my favorites right now. But she's already a tag team champion, which she got pinned last week. Thankfully, didn't get pinned this week. But that's just besides the point. Yeah. But what I will get into before this match, there was a Judgment Day segment backstage. Or wait, no, it wasn't in the clubhouse, but like it was Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne. Liv tells Roxanne to stay out of the business, obviously. So she doesn't interfere in this match, and yeah. They're basically, what they're doing with Roxanne is basically doing what Liv did last year, which this story does have potential. It does have potential, and I can kind of dig it. Dominic Mysterio is one of the luckiest guys ever, but that is beside the point. We're not going to get into that. But that's besides the point. Yeah. Stephanie Vaquer wins this. I feel this is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match is stacked. You got Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Roxanne, and who else? And Julia. So yeah, this is pretty stacked. Like, you got a lot of new talent in this. I don't know where they could go. There's obvious choices like Rhea Ripley, but I don't think they should go that route, even though I'm a big Rhea Ripley fan. I feel like they're probably doing this long game where Alexa gets it and then it goes to Charlotte Flair in the long run after Alexa wins the title, because that's what they always do. They have to give it to Charlotte because she's the golden child. She's got to be an 85 million time champion. Thank God Cena broke the record before she did, because it took Cena 23 years, was it? Right? Yeah. It took him 23 years to win 17 titles. And it's taken Charlotte not a little even less than half of the time. They put the Rock on her in day one and people just hated it. But that's besides the point. That's a whole different story. So next up, we got an AJ Styles backstage segment. Paul Heyman approaches him, and we're gonna. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I don't like this new Seth Rollins faction. It had potential, but they're not booking it to perfection. Everyone in the community is saying, this is so good, this is so good. But I'm telling y'all, when this shit doesn't work out with Seth in 6 months' time, don't say I didn't warn you. We need a larger-than-life character to bring up pulse back to these shows. Maybe like a CM Punk or a Roman Reigns, per se. But that's besides the point. Yeah. So next we get a Rusev video package talking about how he and Sheamus used to be brothers and how Sheamus stabbed in the back and all that. Yada, yada, yada. Rusev, the thing with Rusev isn't that he's not good. It's just the fact that he's been butchered and botched in both companies that it's like, it's hard to get invested again unless the creative is really good. But I can see they're trying with Rusev. I don't know when they're trying to do that Rusev Sheamus match. Are they trying to do it at I don't think they're trying to do it at Money in the Bank. Because they only got 4 matches. The tag match, the Women's Intercontinental, and we'll get to that in both ladder matches. So, yeah. That's about it. Next up, we have the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and JD McDonough. It's hard to... Like, JD McDonough is good. Like before WrestleMania, he took a nasty bump, fucked up his ribs. Not ribs, lungs. He had a collapsed lung, my bad. And he continued that match after. I do have a lot of respect for JD, because what he did... Like, it's just, he's booked like garbage. But, so, they're facing the War Raiders, and we had New Day in commentary for like 2 minutes, and then they got ejected, which was like, okay. I don't understand what the point of them being out there was. Zero purpose. But go off, I guess. But, yeah. Finn Balor and JD win this match due to the interference of Roxanne Perez. And we talked about Roxanne a little bit earlier. She's 23 years old, and she's got this wrestling thing down. It's genuinely insane how quick she got this. It's genuinely insane. All I hope is they book her correctly. And it's kind of gone off to a rocky start where they had her up for the Elimination Chamber and then she's just off TV for a while, goes back to NXT. The booking was just weird, but now she's officially called up. But, yeah. We'll just hope the booking gets better. We get a Becky Lynch video package, and I know this is not a very popular take in the community, but Becky Lynch's heel run so far, or like what we've seen from it, has been pretty good. The matches have been booked bad. Well, the finish of that match was booked bad. The way they booked Becky Lynch coming back to immediately win the tag title with Valkyria, that was a really weird way to go. Really weird. Just to give it back to Liv and Raquel the next night on Raw. That was weird booking. Weird. It's like, okay. But, Becky Lynch cuts a good promo, and, like, she's getting in on the fans, how they used to love her. But when she started to succeed and never stop succeeding, they turned on her. Like, she's been cutting really good promos. Really good promos. And, yeah. And Lyra Valkyria came out next, and Becky Lynch followed her. And they had a good back and forth. It was good. It was good, and their back and forths never really what bothered me. It's just, I don't know. Should we be doing a little bit more than just brawling? Because they ended up brawling. Because we've seen 65,823 brawls so far this year. Because we can't get creative on how we can book storylines or lack thereof. But yeah. Then, yeah. Next, we wasted like 3 minutes talking about basketball in the NBA Finals. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some basketball. What the fuck does this have to do with WWE? Please, someone explain this to me. Bro, we are wasting time on basketball. Something that's irrelevant when it comes to WWE. We talked about how the Indiana Pacers beat the New York Knicks to advance to the finals. Because, you know, and they were in Oklahoma. So, we got a few OKC Thunder chants, a couple of them. Yeah, that series is gonna be good, but it's irrelevant to what we got going on here in WWE. That's my whole issue with it. That's really it's like you could have put that towards storytelling, starting a captivating story, or making a story that's not been creative so far. Something, but no. We gotta talk about basketball. It's kind of crazy because while R-Truth got released, Triple H didn't say a peep about it, even after all the backlash he got. But what he will do, he'll congratulate the Indiana Pacers for going to the NBA Finals. Okay? You're the chief of content of WWE. You're not managing the Indiana Pacers organization. What's the fuck's going on here, bro? It sucks to say, because all Triple H wants to do is be in cozy with the celebs, and it sucks. Oh my god. I can't believe you guys are gonna get the rant maybe of the century. We got 25 minutes of yeeting, slight exaggeration, some Triple H embellished numbers. Because we love to exaggerate how we really got 46,000 in the arena, but we're going to bump it up and say we got 60K. And you know what? Whatever. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to exaggerate too. You want to exaggerate? I'll exaggerate too. We got 25 minutes of yeeting. Not only with Jey Uso, Samuel Zayn. Like, bro, like, I don't, this whole Jey Uso world title run, this experiment has failed. It has failed. And I know a lot of people in the community are disagreeing with me. But, bro, you're wondering why this motherfucker, all he said was 4 letters, 1 word, yeet, on SmackDown last Friday. You're wondering why that's the case, because he got backlash, because he keeps, he's, Gunter, what he says is right. He's not world championship material. This isn't, if you're in the 18 to 49 demographic, how is this fun for you? You're just a bot. You're just a WWE shill. Sure, his merchandise is up 6%. You want to know who still has more merch sold to this day? Oh, Los Angeles Knight. But we'll talk to him on talk about him on SmackDown, because I'm sure we will when we get to there. But yeah. So this match, it was a match. Nothing. It didn't really matter in the end because Seth Rollins just interferes. Everyone gets into a brawl. The heels get the upper hands. We're about to get a tsunami through the table to Sami Zayn. CM Punk shows up. Yada, 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 yada. That's all we got, bro. I'm being as truthful and honest as I possibly can. That's all that happened. This show puts me into a fucking coma. But yet I have to watch it because I'm a lifelong WWE fan, and when it's good, it was there for me when it was good. It got me through the bad times, and I'm not gonna abandon it. I'm just not. We move on to Judgment Day backstage. From what I remember, I didn't put it in my notes because it was very simple. I could remember it. Liv Morgan wants to talk to Finn Balor about Roxanne and how she's like getting real cozy in the clubhouse. No. Yeah. And yeah. That's really about it. Liv doesn't want Roxanne to interfere in Raquel's match tonight, which was coming right up next, because we got Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez, because, well, I don't know why. Oh yeah, that's right, because Liv lost to Kairi last week. So that means you have to face the other tag partner. Where's the fucking women's tag team division? Why are you gonna make fucking titles if you're not gonna have a division? They're props. They're fucking props. Oh. And that's another thing. They released most of the women's tag division in one of the last fucking rounds. You know, we gotta use common sense and logic here, people. Why are we gonna have a tag team title with no division? It's beyond me. This company is beyond me at this point. But it's alright. It's cool. It's plus. It's plus. So, Liv tries to help out Raquel to beat Kairi. Io Sky, the women's world champion, not interferes, but like this helps keep it even. Takes out Liv. Kairi Sane beats Raquel Rodriguez. Now, Kairi Sane winning a match is nothing to scoff at, but like Kairi Sane has kind of taken a step back a bit. But my issue here is not who won this match. Kairi Sane, I mean, she's great. But why are you having your tag team champions lose back-to-back weeks? Last week you had Kairi pin Liv. Granted, it was a roll-up. It's stupid. And this week you have her pin Raquel, both of your tag title holders were pinned. It's singles matches. What are we doing? What the fuck are we? Oh. We're almost there, people. We gotta use common sense and logic to a point, right? We have to. We just have to. Next up, after extracurricular activities that were irrelevant, Sami Zayn with Karrion Kross backstage. I mean, Karrion Kross his popularity has risen within the few weeks because of his documentary and that. But, it's funny because after he did that shoot promo, he's barely been on TV. Barely. He shows up in backstage segments. He doesn't wrestle. And it's like, the dude can go in the ring. We've been know this. If you saw NXT Black and Gold days, that was Pete Karrion Kross. But it's they're Karrion Kross is doing this role kind of similar to what the Fiend Bray Wyatt used to do, where his enemies would turn bad. He would poison them, and like he's doing this thing where he's matching the hairstyles of the people he's talking to. It's interesting. He did it with AJ Styles. He's doing it with Sammy. It's a nice touch. At least Karrion Kross is putting effort into his character. It's more effort than somebody in Gorilla is willing to put time in for, you know. But that's besides the point. It's okay. It's whatever. So, the main event of the evening is the final qualifying match for the men's. AJ Styles, El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, and CM Punk. So El Grande Americano wins. It was kind of predictable what in the world was going to happen. It was a circus. It was a effing circus. Punk is about to beat El Grande, and then Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker interfere. Sammy and Jay come out for the save, but this isn't enough to keep Punk in the match because AJ Styles is about to hit a phenomenal forearm, and then El Grande Americano uses the steel plate like he's been doing recently, and he picks up the W, pinning AJ Styles. So El Grande Americano is the last one to qualify for Money in the Bank. I mean, I have no issues with Chad Gable or El Grande Americano winning. It does suck that Punk is just going to be used to screw over Seth. Pretty much the same role he was used in last year. Granted, last year they had an excuse. He was injured. This year, there's no excuse. He's being pathetically used. But I digress. After the match, El Grande Americano celebrates for 30 seconds. And then the brawl ensues, and then Seth Rollins comes in, takes out all the faces, and the heels stand tall. And Paul Levesque, Lee Fitting appear on the screen, because we gotta know who produced this. We have to know. You know, say what you want about Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Say what you want about him, how he is as a person. But goddamn, at least his garbage wasn't in. It was bad, but I can't say it wasn't on this level of bad. There's no. Vince McMahon didn't even want anybody knowing. For the longest time, no one knew he was running World Wrestling Entertainment. He was like a commentator for a while, and then he had to make himself known as the boss for the feud with Stone Cold. He barely he did he wouldn't Vince McMahon wouldn't want his name to pop up. He wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want the ring covered in advertisements. Hell, he doesn't even want the WWE logo on the ring. He hates having stuff on the ring. He's literally Gunter. The ring is sacred. And it just bogs my mind. There's advertisements everywhere. We're gonna sponsor this, sponsor that. Saturday night's main event. There's no sponsor on the ring, so we gotta shove ads every 2 seconds down people's throats. Yeah. So El Grande is the last to qualify. Like I said, the heels stand tall. I mean, I wouldn't mind this, but it's just a simple fact that Raw is so fucking boring. At least with SmackDown, I get a pulse because I got a Cody Rhodes, and the Wyatt Six recently came back. Man, these shows, man, they are lifeless. And it's not due to lack of talent. Far from it. The talent is there. It is there. It's just the creative team couldn't give two less of fucks. But like I said throughout this video, El Grande Americano shouldn't be winning the Money in the Bank. Unfortunately, Chad Gable deserves the world because, like, he is an unbelievable talent. Book him correctly as his El Grande Americano character, I guess, and then give him a title. Give him an IC title or a United States Championship, whatever. Give him a mid-card title. Like I said throughout this video, this is LA Knight's year. If they put that briefcase on fucking Seth, oh boy, when I get back from on vacation, oh yeah, I should announce right now, I won't be, so Money in the Bank is this Saturday, and if Seth Rollins wins, there will be a 30-minute. I'm probably exaggerating, but I will take some time to take a rant because of how dirty you do LA Knight. If Jay motherfucking Uso can win a world title, you're telling me LA Knight can't? Come on, bro. And that's a travesty in of itself, Jay Uso being world champion. And I like Jay, but that's not for him. It's not for him. But, like I said, this is LA Knight's Money in the Bank contract. Granted, it is a year too late. When he was supposed to win, when he was White Lightning hot, the crowd was on their feet. And then they just had Damian Priest win it. And I like Damian. I'm a Damian guy. But I can put my fandom aside and know what's right for the business. The business booming is LA Knight winning, but they didn't do it like that. You gotta be a Triple H guy to be booked correctly, but, you know, if you're not a Triple H guy, fuck you, I guess. So, it's the LA Knight just better win. That has to happen. It has to. And if it doesn't, then, I'm probably just gonna... I'm just gonna throw a rant video because, like, it's gonna be dumb, and Jey Uso better lose that title soon. I would have Seth beat him at SummerSlam, and then LA Knight cashes in and wins. Boom, perfect. LA Knight gets his shine, and guess what? You get your Seth Rollins title win that we have to have. What's best for business. All's riding on Saturday night. It's going to shape how kind of probably the rest of the year is going to look out. There's a big if the Money in the Bank leather match main event is the main event of Money in the Bank, which I'm pretty... But then again... No, Casino was like halfway through the show for Saturday night's main event, so Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men is going to be the main event. Roman Reigns has to show up and cost Seth, or they're going to do... Or Roman Reigns is not going to show up because... Man, if I were Roman Reigns, I'd stay away from this trash product too. You know what? I don't even fucking blame him. Stay in your fucking house in Pensacola, Florida, and get that money, baby. I ain't player hating. I wish I had that life. I get to wrestle once every 6 years? Bet, bro. Bet. Slight exaggeration. But, yeah. Guys, that's my first Monday Night Raw review. Put in the comments, and we can have a civil conversation. But if you say a take that's outlandish and just dumb, I'm not even going to entertain it. I'm not going to entertain it. Because what I'm saying here, I'm using numbers and metrics to back up my statements. Ratings are going backwards. Ratings are going backwards and stuff, and it's not good. It's not good. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the first episode of me reviewing WWE shows. Yeah. Peace out, guys. And I'll see you, I'll do NXT tomorrow night. Because NXT, it actually is a good show, and I'll actually be entertained. Because there's actually characters on that show that you can give a shit about. And aren't booked like absolute garbage. But anyways, see you guys later. Peace out. Whoop-de-doo.